I gotta be real with y'all. This whole Shadow Realm arc is going crazy. Guilty 3 getting back in his bag with this. Me personally, I thought Sonny was just gonna go in there and get his get back. I mean, he did almost get one-shotted by that shadow. But man, Guilty 3 gave us way more than that. Not only did we get to see Sonny hawk that man down, we also find out that Condemnation is in there too. And Sonny was able to kill Condemnation to get his 7th core, finally making him a Titan. And he got another shadow, which he used in the most diabolical way to take out that shadow. Hit the quick look behind you shadow clone jutsu technique and just started piecing that mug. That was cinema. The fight scene was so gruesome and so entertaining. It was one of the few times we haven't seen Sonny truly struggle in a hot minute. I mean, he didn't really have access to most of his powers, really. So I can see why. Also, another crazy thing about this arc is that in the Shadow Realm, there are a bunch of dead soul serpents in there. Soul serpents that are so big, they make our normal serpent look like a little shrimp. That's crazy. I'm just curious to know like how many soul serpents there were and how many had that ability. I guess, there was a whole Shadow clan, so it probably might have been quite a bit. Then the whole arc takes a turn. Right when Sonny's about to do the finishing blow on the shadow that's been the bane of his existence recently, one of the skulls starts to talk to Sonny. He's like, hey, I don't think you should do that. I would have been caught off guard too. Like, what do you mean I shouldn't kill this thing? And then we find out that skull that's talking to him was the same skull that was helping Nephis enter her second nightmare. And we find out that dude is a part of the Nine, and that the shadow that Sonny's trying to kill is a female who was also part of the Nine. We finally about to get some more lore drops. Haven't had any lore drops in like, what, 300, 400 chapters? This is one of the things I really like about Shadow Slave too. And we also find out that the Shadow Realm is connected to the underworld. Like, you can enter the Shadow Realm from the underworld. If you just jump off that mug, you'll fall into the Shadow Realm, which is crazy. And we also find out that the Shadow Realm is the corpse of Shadow God. And we also find out that the gods sometimes took on like host bodies to like gain like human forms, which is interesting. And because I was always wondering like, how the hell did they pass down their lineage for real? If they're just like, basically they don't even have normal bodies and they defy normal concepts. So I always wondered this, but now it makes sense. And now it makes sense how our old boy right here was able to slit the throat of a god in the past. And then we also find out that the Nine were opposing the gods in the Doom War. They sided with the demons. And we find out that the Nine have the biggest grudge against War God and all of War God's children. I'm really curious now, how strong were the Nine? Did they make it to like the sacred rank or something like that? Like, did they make it past Supreme? Because that shadow was literally defying the laws of the Shadow Realm. It wasn't succumbing to death. So I could only imagine it was much stronger in its prime form. All in all, this arc has been goated. I've been enjoying every single bit of it. I cannot wait to see what's up. What did y'all think about this arc so far?